I gotta say, amongst all the races we've witnessed in the smartphone world, the foldable category has got to be the most exciting ever. From thick-looking foldables back in the days to now even thinner than a normal slab phone, I can only wonder just how much thinner can these foldables actually be. And the only company that's actually giving its users a substantial amount of upgrades without compromises has got to be Honor. Let's welcome the current thinnest foldable in the world, the Honor Magic V5. And yes, definitely feels very, very light in my hands. Now, before anyone starts dropping comments about the Z Fold 7 being the thinnest, just to be clear, the Honor Magic V5 series itself has two different variations in terms of its weight and its thickness. The unit that I have right here with me is the ivory white, and it's the thinnest at 4.1 millimeters unfolded and 8.8 millimeters folded, and also the lightest at 217 gram amongst other colors, which are just slightly thicker by 0.1 millimeters and 5 grams heavier. Now, the reason for that is that the ivory white's rear cover is the only one made of aerospace special fiber material, while the rest are made with just special fiber. They might not be the lightest as Z Fold 7 is at 215 grams, but Honor Magic V5 definitely is the thinnest. It's so thin, my camera can't even grab a good hold of it. Now, what's even crazier is that at just 4.1 millimeters thin, they're able to even cram in a whopping 5,820 milliamp battery as thin as a couple of cards in your wallet. Like seriously, I can't help but to feel a slight disappointment with the Z Fold 7 using a 4,000-ish milliamp battery in 2025. Now, if you're getting a phone with two screens, it only makes sense to have a bigger battery capacity, specifically like the one the Magic V5 is using, a silicone carbon battery which lasts longer, charges faster at 66 watt and a 50 watt wireless Honor Supercharge. Now, you never have to worry about not having enough juice in the morning as it charges really, really fast. Like after a quick shower kind of fast. But of course, I'm not even going to touch on the pricing on the Z Fold 7 yet. Samsung, why so expensive? Then there's also the Snapdragon 8 Elite mobile platform processor paired with a 16GB RAM and a 512 gigs of storage, which in my honest opinion feels really, really smooth. Now, binge watching on this thing has easily become one of my favorite things to do because just look at the crease. It is barely visible, and if I don't need the inner screen, it literally feels like using a normal slab phone on the 6.43 inches outer screen. Now, both inner and outer screens are OLEDs, so the black look really black and pleasing to the eye. The V3 is already peaking at performance, but this is just a notch higher than that. So previously with the V3, you can only open two apps side by side when unfolded, but now to fully utilize the 7.95 inches interior screen, you can add one more app with a 3 split screen feature by using this quick layout mode here. So really, the V5 is properly upgraded without compromising the rest of its departments. Definitely makes the whole using experience by far the best in any foldables I've used. Now, looking at both the V3 and the V5 side by side, the upgrades are looking more obvious. The most noticeable change is that the volume button is now on the same side with the power button. Now you see the V3, it's right the opposite, the other side of the screen, but now it's like both the volume button and the power button, they're now on the same side. Aside from shedding off some weights, the second gen Honor Super Steel Hinge definitely feels more solid now on both folding and unfolding. Here, let me show you. This is the V3. The angle you get with this is just very limited. There you go. As for the Honor Magic V5, you get more. Yeah, it's beautiful. Definitely when you unfold the phone, It feels way more solid with the new hinge. Every angle on the Magic V5 feels super solid. It's fairly important to have them open up really flat for a foldable. So fun fact, I was trying out the new Fold 7 the other day and noticed it doesn't open up flat. That's another point to care about if you're looking for a foldable. The Magic V5 comes with the IP58 and IP59 rating, dust and water resistance. Watching a foldable being submerged in a water tank feels amazing. The inner display here is also upgraded to a non-Newtonian technology for better drop and impact resistance. I've personally tested how magical the technology is over at the Honor's Media Brief. It feels like liquid when there's no impact, but instantly becomes hard when pressure is being applied on it. Knowing the inner screen is now protected with such technology feels very, very assuring. I remember hoping for more AI features from the V3, and guess what? They're all here. You can now do AI cutouts, AI expand, and AI outpainting, and so much more. There's even an extra AI feature that notifies when particles as small as 0.8 millimeters enters on a screen. Although this may sound a little gimmicky, but it's a nice feature to have in a foldable. Now, if I have to pick bones in an eggshell, it would have to be the camera bump. The camera bump is the thickest I've ever seen on any phones. This is the Honor Magic V5. This is the Honor Magic V3. Just look at how much difference the thickness is on the Magic V5's camera bump. Despite the very thick camera bump here, it doesn't wobble at all when you put it on the table. It's just very solid. Holding the Magic V5 with one hand or both hands actually feels very grippy and well balanced. Since the Magic V5 feels rather light, I guess the thick camera bump is a good weight to have. Very well balanced. The camera department is a full-on flagship setup too. I used to think that foldables will never have good camera systems, but with the Magic V5, it now has the best tele camera in a foldable with 64 megapixel periscope lens. 100 times zoom with both OIS and EIS, so you can now zoom all the way to buildings from a distance and get super good shots. 50 megapixels for both main and wide camera with a 20 megapixel selfie camera on both the inner screen and the outer screen. Now also with Honor AI imaging and Hardcore Studio included here, I really love the many filters made available for different scenarios kind of photo shoot. I take a lot of street photography and I can vouch to say that I am comfortable with leaving my camera at home and just take good photos with the Magic V5. However, I do notice some of the photos taken looks a little over-processed, especially when 6x is being used. Overall, I think the Magic V5's upgrade is on par with what foldables should be in year 2025, especially on the battery capacity. Yes, if you guys are curious as to why there's also a 6100 milliamp capacity battery on this phone, that's for the 1TB version in China. As for our market here, in Malaysia, unfortunately, we do not have that. Magic OS 9 is definitely becoming better after each upgrades with its multitask AI functions to fully utilize what you can do with a foldable. Last but not least, the price. At 6,999 ringgit, I think for a top-tier foldable like the Magic V5, there's no reason for you to say no to get one and try it for yourself. I'm saying it's a top-tier foldable because other competitors are selling it for so much more expensive. It doesn't make sense. Just saying. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.